last time on Ghoul Gab.
Was I responsible for what happened at House 586?
On Reddit.
On
sleep.
Reddit.
Or no sleep. R/no sleep. But my
Alright, where
teenage
was I?
body. Oh,
Why would they sound like Bill Clinton?
I don't know. I don't want to brush my teeth or take a bath.
They're just listening to,
With this teenage boy.
my mom laughed.
Oh, hell, Hillary, put them Piggly Wigglies in this mouth.
There's no toy!
I cannot believe this story's coming to a close.
It's not. This is part 1.
Oh, God. All right, let's
This is a little slow.
let's read the rest of it.
All right.
And
The
by
last one in with that night I found him.
holy
He found
crap, holy. All right, let's
I
go.
told you this was a longer one.
This is long.
This one is labeled NSFW, which I'm assuming that's because of like not sex stuff, but for like horror stuff. All right, this is part 2. He finally found Mike.
Wait.
Was I responsible for what happened in house? What?
That's not what I'm reading at all.
No, at the end of part 1, he said, and that night I finally found him.
Oh,
That's how part 1 ended.
like I'm not seeing that here.
Yeah.
All right,
You weren't paying attention.
I was
focusing on that one line.
I was reading his comment history.
All right. Was I responsible for what happened at House 586, Part 2? All right. I think I'm ready to finish the story. I've been trying to write it for the past 22 hours, but I couldn't. It's hard where I am, and every time I was able to, I just couldn't do it. But I need to get it out. It's like a wound still bleeding. I need to stitch up the sinew. So that night, I finally found Mike. I was brushing my teeth, wishing my dad had a different job, wishing we had never moved to this town. Just as I had begun to settle in, just as my stress and worries started to lessen, everything started to crumble again. I couldn't get Mike out of my head. His absence, his messed up house. What the hell was that? I double-checked the address he'd given me. I went to the right one, and Mike was very particular about details. Why would he send me to that address? Nothing made sense. As I was going over everything in my head, trying to make sense of it all, I let the water run over my toothbrush. I noticed... What? What are you laughing at?
Nothing. Keep going. I'll tell you.
I'm trying to read here.
I'm letting you go. You're interrupting it. Not me.
I let the water run over my toothbrush.
Yeah. Keep going.
I noticed that I wasn't brushing my teeth anymore and turned the water off. I wiped my mouth and put my toothbrush back in the cup by the sink. I was ready for bed, ready to stop thinking, to let my brain rest. But as I opened the bathroom door, I heard a slight drip, drip, drip.
Drop, drip, drip.
Drop, drip. That's weird. I'm going to say it's drip, drip, drip.
Have you heard the horror story where it's like the serial killer kills someone and then they like put their head in the sink and the lady keeps trying to turn the sink off and she keeps hearing it dripping. She keeps trying to turn it off, going back to bed. And then finally in the morning when she wakes up, it looks like there's a head hanging on the sink and it's dripping blood into the sink. That's why it wasn't turning off. You heard this story?
How do you not notice a head on the faucet?
It was dark. She was like, "Oh." She wasn't wearing.
That's stupid.
She wasn't wearing her glasses.
That's really dumb. What is that, like a trope?
No, it's like a really old story. I mean, it's like a good like classic, like before internet story. Never heard that? It's like the clown statue one. You heard that one?
No.
Where they're like
statue?
where the lady's babysitting their dogs or something, and then she's like, "I really hate this creepy clown statue you have in the living room." And they're like, "We don't have a clown statue."
It's right behind me.
Yeah. That's not a clown statue.
Actually, that is a masterpiece work of art. Okay. No, I've not heard about those.
Yeah. Well, those are good. We should read all of those. The classics.
Absolutely.
The Golden
I would
Arm
love
one too.
Sure.
You want me to tell you about the golden arm?
No. We'll do a video on it.
Go ahead.
But as I opened the bathroom door, I heard a slight drip, drip, drip. Thinking I must have not turned the faucet off all the way, I went back and made sure it was off. I then turned to go to bed. Then I heard the faucet turn on, fully on, spraying water into the sink. I froze. My body went cold and my joints locked up. What the hell? I slowly turned back to the sink, trying not to look directly into the mirror, but my eyes flicked to the mirror anyway. I didn't look away this time. I couldn't look away. What I saw couldn't be real. It couldn't. My friend lay beside me in the reflection. As I slowly approached the mirror, I could see every gory detail. What is wrong with you?
Nothing.
Why are you laughing? What is funny?
Keep reading.
Why the hell are you laughing?
Because I'm laughing.
You're
at the story.
interrupting the flow.
Keep
I
going,
found my friend in the mirror. You're like hee 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 hee. All I hear in the background is hee 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 hee.
It's okay. Don't ignore me.
No, get it off your chest, or you will keep cackling like a fucking idiot. What is wrong?
I'm laughing at the whole story. Just keep going.
What? What is making you laugh?
It's a funny story.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I saw every gory detail. His body was twisted, hunched up against the wall, head lolling unnaturally to one side. His face was swollen and dark, with dried blood crusted around his mouth and nose. His shirt was torn, his hands hung at his sides like dead weights. My throat made a sound I didn't recognize, half gasp and half animalistic screech. We're never getting through this story. Do you want to stop?
No,
Would you like to stop?
I'm laughing. You just.
Would you like to end it here?
No. If I laugh, don't stop. Just keep going.
Uh-huh.
I'm
It's
not trying
really
to,
hard. It's
I'm not-
very distracting.
I'm not trying to stop you. Keep going.
Uh-huh. I spun around so hard my shoulder slammed into the wall. The bathroom was empty. I turned my back to the mirror. The figure from before... I turned back to the mirror. The figure from before now stood over my friend's mangled corpse. For a split second. I blinked and then they were gone. Bit of my lunch coming back up. Its face was cast in shadow, but I swear the figure was smiling. My hands shook as tears began welling up in my eyes. I stumbled back into my room and tried locking the door, even though it had no lock. I pushed my desk against it like that would matter. My body tried to breathe heavily, but I couldn't seem to remember how to breathe at all. Air wouldn't fill my lungs, like I was in a vacuum. I started to suffocate. Then I passed out. I didn't sleep. It was nothing like sleep. I was comatose for the night. And when I woke up, the nightmare was truly real for me. But I couldn't do anything. I couldn't stop it. I couldn't talk about it. I wasn't even sure if I was still sane. From then on, the figure in the mirror changed. It came closer. It stood closer behind my reflection, like it wanted me to feel its presence. Like it wanted my skin to crawl with certainty. I know what you must be saying. Just don't look in the mirrors. But it doesn't work like that. I couldn't stop. Oh, so he's like feeling some sort of like craving to look in the mirrors.
He's schizophrenic.
Yeah. I saw it in the hallway mirror while walking to my room, and instead of vanishing when I turned, it lingered a fraction longer. Long enough for me to see it, but short enough for me to doubt what I saw. I saw it in the closet mirror while getting dressed, and its hood seemed to tilt as if it was studying my face. My parents noticed something was wrong in the way parents notice depression or panic when it becomes inconvenient for them. I stopped eating, my grades slipped, I snapped at small things. I started flinching at reflections in my phone screen. You called it.
I knew it. I knew it.
What should we call that? Should we call that? What should we call that? Rabbit trap.
Oh my god, no.
A rabbit cage.
I I called it. I don't know. I called it. I call that Black Mirror. You know, the your phone screen.
Okay.
Okay.
Whatever.
Whatever the hell you're
Idiot.
saying.
Just stupid things you saying coming out of your dumb mouth. I started covering mirrors with towels, then uncovering them again because I couldn't stand not knowing. My mom asked if I was being bullied. My dad asked if I was on drugs. Neither of them listened when I said no.
My grandpa asked if I was being bullied and on drugs.
My grandma asked if I was something. I don't know. I couldn't think of anything. I started the joke without having a punchline.
It's okay.
Thanks for being so understanding. Neither of them listened when I said no. I tried to ignore the mirrors, but mirrors are everywhere. Even when you don't look at them, you feel them. Millions of eyes, everywhere. One night I woke up. A feeling of pure dread washed over me, like an animalistic instinct deep within my DNA. It was screaming, warning me. Something was in my room. There wasn't a sound. There wasn't a figure looming over me. The air just felt occupied. It was in my room, watching me. Then I heard the floor creak beside my bed. My eyes widened, trying to capture the light of the moon drifting in through the closed blinds. But I saw nothing. The floor creaked on the other side of my bed, and I shot up, terror gripping me. But there was nothing standing beside my bed. Then, slowly, my eyes drifted to the closet mirror. In the dim light, my reflection stood there, and behind it, the hooded figure stood inches away, close enough that the dark fabric of its hood almost touched my reflected hair. I couldn't move, I couldn't breathe. In the mirror, it raised one hand slowly and placed it on my reflection's shoulder. My reflected shoulder dipped slightly, as if under weight, and in my body I felt a pressure that wasn't there. I jerked my eyes away. I squeezed them shut and whispered, "This isn't real, this isn't real." When I opened them again, the figure was gone, but the pressure on my shoulder lingered for several seconds, as if a hand had just been lifted away. To this day, I can still feel it, clenched onto my shoulder. After that, it stopped pretending. The next time I saw it, it was beside my reflection in the bathroom mirror again, so close that the edge of its hood nearly overlapped my reflected face. I started sobbing. Slowly, I turned. Nothing. I turned back. It was still there. The hood lifted just slightly, like a curtain raising just a fraction. Two dark eyes glinted under the shadow, glossy and wet. Its mouth appeared slowly, and stretched into a smile that didn't belong on any human skull. Teeth showed through the darkness, too many of them, sharp and crowded together, like it had been designed by someone who only understood mouths in theory, by something that wasn't human. My legs tried to move and failed. I felt something grip me. Not my arm, not my shirt, my reflection. In the mirror, the figure reached out and seized my reflected wrist. My reflected body snapped taut, like it had been yanked by a rope. My wrist jerked forward, and my feet slid an inch toward the sink. I tried to pull back, my muscles strained, my shoes squeaking against the tile in the mirror. In the mirror, it tightened its grip. Then it moved with sudden, violent force. It yanked me forward. The mirror surface rippled like water, and I went through. If he's crazy, he's really crazy.
It's like the Matrix.
Yeah.
If you're
There's
a
no
dream
good-
so real,
So weird. It was so real, your mirrors wobble.
it's a reference to the Matrix.
I know.
Oh, your mirrors wibbly wobble.
Well, your mirrors wobble, baby, wobble, baby.
Oh my god! Does your mirror piggly wiggly?
Oh.
Wow, you love
Mirror
it.
surface rippled like water, and I went through. There's no good way to describe what it feels like to pass through something that should be solid. It wasn't like walking through a curtain. It was like falling into water. It was like my skin was being turned inside out for a fraction of a second. That sounds really painful.
What does he sound like
every
when he screams?
Like every nerve screamed at once. Does he say he screamed?
Yeah, but yeah, he definitely did. So what do you think it sounds like?
Well, it doesn't say that.
Well, I mean, if he did,
It doesn't say he screamed.
Do you think it
It
hurt his
doesn't
toe?
say
You
it.
think it? You think it hurt his toes?
It probably hurt everything. He said it felt like his skin was being turned inside out.
You
I
think
think that hurt everything.
think-
So yes,
you
it
think-
did hurt his toes.
You think this happened while he's brushing his teeth again? His mid toothbrush, and then all this started happening.
I don't know.
Oh.
Finally, he didn't talk about his toothbrush.
Yeah, I know.
Like his skin was being turned inside out for a fraction of a second. Like every nerve screamed at once and then went silent. I landed hard on tile, cold tile. I looked up and wasn't in my bathroom. No, I looked up, I was in the bathroom.
All of that was
my
mess.
bathroom.
He said old tile, and I wasn't in my bathroom.
I said cold tile.
Oh, my bad.
Cold
My
tile.
bad.
I looked up, I was in the bathroom. My bathroom. Except it was reversed. Like someone had flipped the house and printed it backwards. The toothbrush holder, there it is, the damn toothbrush. The toothbrush holder.
What is with the toothbrush? What is with the toothbrush?
In my mind, that's the only thing in the bathroom. It's just the toothbrush in the toothbrush holder.
He's like, I was shaving my face, and then I brushed my teeth, my peach fuzz, on my teenage body.
But I accidentally shaved my face with my toothbrush and brushed my teeth with my razor.
His toothbrush is, it's like he flips it over with a
That would
razor.
actually be cool if he was going insane and he was like, I was brushing my teeth started to bleed. It turns out I was using my razor.
Oh
That'd be
God. Ugh.
I feel like
I
I've
hate
seen
that.
something like that in a movie.
Oh,
Maybe
that
I might have been in the It movies. I don't know.
sounds like Oculus. She bites an apple,
Kinda.
and then she comes to, it's a light bulb. She bit it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Ugh.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
That's a great movie. Way better than this movie.
The toothbrush holder was on the wrong side. The towel rack was on the opposite wall. The light switch was where it shouldn't be. And the light was wrong. Every surface was bathed in a dim red glow. Not like paint or stained glass, but like the air itself was lit by something deep and bloody. The walls were still white. The floor was still tile. But everything looked as if it was being seen through a thin layer of dark red water. Almost like blood, probably. I spun to the mirror. On the other side of the glass, my real bathroom stared back. The hooded figure stood there, inside my house, in my world. It looked at me and smiled again. Then it turned its head slightly, as if listening. It glanced toward the hallway, and I knew. In the same gut-deep way you know when you're about to throw up, that my parents were sleeping down the hall. It stepped away from the mirror. I slammed my hands against the glass and screamed until my throat tore. The sound came out wrong on this side, muffled and thin, like it was being swallowed by the air. My palms left smears that faded too quickly. I watched the figure walk out of view. Then I was alone. Without hesitation, I ran into the hallway of this mirrored hell. The house on this side was empty, but not quiet. It hummed faintly, like electricity running through bones. The red light seemed to pulse, slow and patient. Every room looked the same, just reversed, like a cruel joke. I ran to my parents' bedroom on this side, not because it would help, but because I didn't know where else to go. Their bed was made, no one was there. The air smelled faintly metallic, like pennies held too long. I turned back, desperate. That's when I noticed something I hadn't processed before. There were mirrors everywhere on this side too. Every mirror that existed in my house existed here, and every one showed my world on the other side. I ran back to the hallway mirror and looked through. I saw my hallway in the real house. I saw the figure moving in the distance, going room to room like it owned the place.
So his friend got snatched.
Well, that's what it seems like. Yeah, he saw his friend's mangled corpse in the mirror with the figure standing over it.
So yeah.
So do you think he's still crazy? Or do you think there's a fucking supernatural entity living in the mirrors? Like a whole other mirror dimension?
I think it's gonna be a mixed bag at the end. You're not gonna know.
Oh, really? That's interesting. Now I'm wondering, like, what's the deal with the weird townspeople, though? Like, do they... It sounds like people know about this thing, that it lives in this house.
Why is this friend homeless?
Well, again, that's the thing.
Dude.
The implication is that that was not his house.
He goes...
That's the implication.
Yeah, I know he's homeless. So he goes down to the gas station, and he's like, oh, what about house 586? And the gas station attendant's like this. You mean 685?
What?
Yeah, like he goes down and he's in this dimension.
Like he doesn't. Oh, like he didn't actually escape. That would be cool.
No.
This dimension looks very different.
No, he goes down to this dimension's gas station and he's like, "What happened to house 586?" And they're like, "You mean 685?" Like it's reversed. That was the whole. That's the whole.
Do you like that? You like that joke? Are you proud of that one? Does that one make you feel good?
It's just stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure is. Sure is, buddy. All right.
It was funny.
I saw the figure moving in the distance, going room to room like it owned the place. I sprinted to another mirror, cutting through rooms, trying to keep up by using reflections as windows. Each mirror was a different angle into my own home, and I started to understand something horrifying. This thing wasn't confined to one mirror. It had access to all of them. It moved through my home like a spider moves through a web, choosing whichever mirror gave it the best path. I ran to the living room mirror and looked through, and my blood turned cold. In the reflection, on the real side, I saw my friend's body. Wait a minute. I ran and looked through... In the reflection on the real side, I saw my friend's body. So now his friend's body is not in the mirror world, it's in his actual house. Not in the living room, not lying where he should have been, shoved off to the side behind the couch, half hidden, like garbage someone didn't want to look at. His skin was gray, his mouth hung open, something dark and dried in streaks down his chin. I stumbled back, gagging. The sickness in my stomach rose again, not just fear, but a horrible certainty. That thing had taken him. It had stored him. It had left him there, waiting, like evidence it wanted me to find when it felt like it. I ran again, mirror to mirror, trying to locate the figure. In one mirror, I saw my parents' bedroom door open on the real side. In another, I saw the hooded figure in the hallway outside their room. In another, I saw my father sit up abruptly, confused, as if he had heard something. I screamed, though no one heard. The figure stepped into the room. I watched through the glass as my father tried to stand, as my mother woke, as panic took their faces in the first second of realizing a stranger was in their room. It was too late. I was too late. The figure moved too fast. Not like a person, like a shadow that decided it was done pretending to be slow. Okay, now that sounded like AI.
Yeah.
That sounded like AI.
Yeah.
I saw my father thrown into the wall hard enough that something in his shoulder snapped wrong. I saw my mother reach for something on the nightstand, phone maybe, and the hooded figure's arm shot out and grabbed her by the throat. The movements were precise, practiced, casual, like it had done this before. Like it had been waiting for a family in house 586 who would finally stay long enough. I pounded on the mirror so hard my hands went numb. I tried to run to another mirror for a better angle, like that would change anything, like a different view would become a different outcome. Through the mirror in the hallway on this side, I saw blood hit the wall. On the real side in a sudden spray. Through another mirror, I saw my mother's legs kick, then go still. Through another mirror, I saw my father crawl on the carpet, leaving a streak behind him, eyes wide with disbelief. Then the figure leaned close to him. It did something I couldn't fully see because the mirror angle cut off the worst parts, but I heard something through the glass. A wet sound, a sound like tearing. Then my father stopped moving. It didn't end quickly. I wish it had. When it was over, the figure stood in my parents' room for a moment, as if appreciating its work. then walked out into the hallway. I followed, mirror to mirror, sobbing, gasping, trying to keep the figure in sight, but it was good at disappearing. It would step out of one mirror's view and reappear in another across the house, not because it moved fast, but because it moved through the mirrors themselves. It used them like doors. I started to see the pattern. It would approach a mirror on the real side, and my reflected version of that mirror would ripple faintly, like the glass here was reacting. I realized that this mirrored house was not just a copy, it was a system. A network of openings that could be used both ways, but not equally. It had power here. I did not. At some point, I lost sight of the figure completely. I stood in the mirrored hallway, shaking, listening to the faint hum, staring at red.
I have a theory.
What's your theory?
Here dot N I did not, all that, you know?
I think that's just a typo.
I think he told the AI to do some typos.
You think?
Yeah, that's my theory. Like the suffocate. Like I think there's typos on purpose.
I feel like it might come out better.
I'm making a conspiracy about this.
I mean, that's a good point, but for the contrary, where I don't know, it could be that he had it written with AI and then he like went back and edited it, and then there's typos from that.
Some of it's definitely written by AI. There's no way. Like a shadow.
Yeah. Like a shadow is proof of AI.
Stop.
That's something no one would ever say.
No, it said like a shadow. Stop pretending to be slow. Like
Yeah. There's definitely a handful of those lines. I don't know. Maybe there's just parts he couldn't think of. He was like, "Can you write this part for me?"
I was just alone with my angry thoughts.
Yeah. I feel like if it asked AI to make typos, I feel like there'd be a lot more. Wouldn't you think? I think we've only seen like 2, right? Maybe 3.
It's a conspiracy.
Everything's a conspiracy.
They're turning the frickin' frogs gay.
There's I'm gonna bleep that out.
Did you get him to bleep that out?
I need you to say the words Flesh Valley here so I can superimpose.
Who? Flesh Valley? Yeah, you can do that.
There we go. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that.
Flesh Valley. Okay. Over the top of it.
Uh-huh. My hands were smeared with sweat and maybe blood from pounding on the glass. I ran back to the bathroom. I don't know why. Instinct, maybe. The first place it had happened. It happened. The place that felt like the center of it all. I stood in front of the mirror. On the other side, my real bathroom was empty. No hooded figure, no movement. Just the ordinary room, bright and clean. As if nothing had happened. The absence was almost worse than its presence. I leaned closer, breathing hard, and stared into my own face, as if I could force the glass to open, by will alone. That's when my reflection smiled. I hadn't smiled. I squeezed my eyes shut and rubbed them, rubbing the tears away, clearing them out. When I opened them again, the hooded figure was standing in the mirror, right in front of me. My reflection was gone. I took a step back, so did the figure. I turned my head. It did too. It was mirroring my movements.
It was my movements.
It was my movements. Its head lifted. Its head lifted. What are you saying?
I just got excited about that part and I read it for some reason. Keep going.
It was my movement.
I know.
All right, it was my movements. Its head lifted. The hood slid back and down on its own. It was me. A sick, twisted me. My eyes, my nose, my face. It had my face, and it made it smile. My lips were parted from panting. My face was wet from tears, but the reflection's mouth pulled wider. Wider than mine should go. The corners stretched, skin tightening, teeth showing. Its eyes brightened with a sick glow, like embers behind glass. I froze so hard my muscles locked. The reflection lifted its head, then it lunged, fast, like a trap snapping shut. Its hand slammed through the mirror and grabbed my wrists. The glass did not cut it. The surface rippled around its arms like liquid. Its grip was ice and pressure and something wrong, like holding a dead animal that still had strength. I tried to scream, tried and failed. It yanked, and everything went black. I woke up in my bed, sunlight filling the room. For a long time, I lay there, staring at the ceiling, breathing in short, shaking bursts. Yes, thank you for that. My heart pounded too hard. My heart pounded hard, too hard, like it was trying to climb out of my throat. I touched my wrists. No bruises, no cuts. I laughed once weakly, like a person who just survived drowning.
Ah! Oh shit. Okay.
A nightmare, just a crazy nightmare. That explanation felt like a rope thrown to a drowning person. I grabbed it with both hands. I got up, showered, dressed, and went to the kitchen. I made breakfast. Everything seemed normal. A part of me wanted to rush in and check on my parents just in case, but I knew I didn't need to prove anything to myself. It was a nightmare. I acknowledged now that I may have actually gone a little crazy at this point, that I might be having real hallucinations of shadow people in mirror dimensions. I laughed at myself for creating such dumb stories in my own mind, and I reprimanded myself for ever actually believing any of it. Still, my parents weren't up yet, which was unusual. Uh-oh, what do you do you think that it was just a nightmare, or do you think it actually happened? Or do you think he was just crazy? What do you think happened? Without reading ahead. Did you read ahead?
No, I'm just the story. I'm just like having a hard time. It's just it's really good. It's really good.
Uh-huh.
I mean, like, this is crazy person like demonic possession, because like a real demonic, because like happy people
Definitely do not have nightmares like that.
people aren't crazy like this and just kill people and be like, oh, I'm just a little crazy. No, they have like weird like thoughts, and it would have been like.
Do you think he killed people?
I think he killed them all.
I think we should keep reading. I told myself they were tired. The move had been stressful, and we really had only recently fully settled in. Maybe they slept in. I grabbed my backpack and headed toward the door, but then that feeling returned. The sick, twisted certainty in my gut. I stood there with my hand on the doorknob, and I couldn't explain it, but I knew I couldn't leave without checking. So I walked back upstairs, and as I got to the top, I noticed something. Red dots in the carpet.
Someone spilled the grape juice.
Like a trail, like...
That's what he's shaking his head. He's like, Dad, grabbing the grape juice, playing League of Legends.
His dad is just a big fucking baby.
Dad's like insanely overweight, just chugs grape juice.
He's like, grape juice! Where's my grape juice?
He's like,
Where's
my grape juice?
What's these other players are so toxic. That's a League of Legends player.
I'm gonna find out their IP address and dox them.
No.
Where's my grape juice?
Oh man.
Oh man, that made me lightheaded. As I got to the top, I noticed something. Red dots in the carpet, like a trail of droplets.
The carpet.
I turned my head. Shut up. I turned my head and followed the trail back to my bedroom. I hadn't noticed those when I woke up. I turned my head the other way and saw that the trail led to my parents' room. The feeling in my gut grew. I walked down the hall to my parents' room and stood in front of the door. I just realized that I hadn't actually been in their room yet. I barely knew what it looked like from the inside. I knocked. No answer. I knocked again, this time louder. That was too early. I knocked again, this time louder. Now do it louder.
That's pretty good.
Perfect.
It's like fast. I rapping on the door. He
Mom
gets
and
into
Dad,
it.
are you in there?
He gets into it. He's like,
Some rhymes with there.
like he's gunning on their door.
He's just he's just Andy Bernard from The Office, knocking on the door.
He's like, Dad, where's my grape juice? It's like,
I saw the droplets. You took it from my room. He's like, you always take all the grape juice, so I was hiding some, and I know you took it. I knocked again, this time louder, but still nothing. I stood there for a moment, deciding if I should really give any more credence to my delusions, but I had to check. I turned the knob and opened the door. The smell hit me first. Metallic, hot, thick. The room was covered in blood. Not splatters, not a stain. The room looked like it had been painted with something living. Chunks of gore and wet pieces of something I couldn't process were scattered on the carpet and bed. My brain refused to put it together for several seconds. Then my stomach did as I lurched forward onto my knees and vomited onto the floor. I was knee-deep in vomit and blood mixed to create an even more grotesque sight. I slipped and slid trying to get back to my feet. My hands were red, my legs were red. It splashed up onto my face and chest. I stumbled back, choking, crying, making sounds that didn't feel like they came from me. There were no bodies, but there also weren't enough pieces to be two whole people. It was as if someone had started and then moved them, stored them somewhere else. I moved through the house like a drunk, tracking the red and yellow liquid everywhere I went, checking rooms, calling out names even though I knew it was pointless. My voice broke and became a whisper. I couldn't make myself go back into their room, but I couldn't stop seeing it either. Every time I blinked, the walls were red again. Eventually, without deciding to, I walked into the bathroom. My hands shook as I reached for the light switch. The bathroom was normal, clean, bright. The mirror hung above the sink like it always had. I stepped closer. I saw only myself. My face was pale under the splotches of blood. My eyes were wide and swollen. There was vomit on my shirt, my hands, my knees. Then behind me in the reflection, it stood. It stood perfectly still, like it was posing. Then it smiled. And behind it, against the back wall of the reflected bathroom, were my parents. They were crumpled together like broken mannequins, barely recognizable. Their skin was gray and red, their limbs detached and bent wrong, crumpled on top of them. Their faces were... I can't describe their faces. I couldn't look at them for more than a second without my vision blurring. I screamed at the mirror. I asked what it did. I begged. I threatened. I sobbed. The figure didn't react. It just watched me fall apart like it was enjoying the performance. Then it lifted its hands to the hood. Very slowly, it pulled it back. And the face underneath was mine. My exact face. My exact eyes. My exact mouth, just like before. Except the eyes were darker, shinier, like oil reflecting light. And the smile was wrong. Too wide, too many teeth, just like in my nightmare. No, it wasn't a nightmare. I stumbled backward, whispering, "No, no, no, it was a dream. It was a dream!
No, no, no,
No,
no,
no, no, no, no, no, it was a dream." I mean, literally, that's what he's doing.
Wait.
As would all our reactions be in that moment.
Oh God. Yeah.
My brain tried to make sense of it in the worst possible way. Me? No, it couldn't be me. Had I done this? Had I gone insane? The idea was so terrifying that my mind tried to accept it, because at least it was a normal kind of terrifying. At least it had rules. At least it was human. The reflection smiled wider, like it could hear my thoughts, like something in me snapped. Then something in me snapped. I reeled back and punched the mirror with every ounce of strength I had left. The glass cracked with a sharp sound, spiderwebbing outward. I punched it again, and again, and again until the mirror shattered. Blood ran down my knuckles, warm and real. I didn't stop. I ran through the house and shattered every mirror I could find. Bathroom, hallway, closet, pantry. Anything that showed a reflection became a target. I used my fists until the... What now?
Just keep reading.
Anything that showed a reflection became a target. I lost my place. I used my fists until they hurt too much. Then I used my elbows, then my feet, then my head. I didn't care. I was screaming the entire time. he's pulling off his katakana.
Yeah, like I just imagine a person running through the house like punching everything.
just raw sound. When the police arrived, I was on the floor in the living room, bleeding, surrounded by broken glass, sobbing like a child. They found my parents' room, and in it they found their bodies, just as I had seen them in the mirror, but real now. Then they found Mike's body, shoved behind the couch in the living room.
His parents didn't know that Mike was behind the couch for 3 weeks.
They're like, it's been smelling in here. We need to buy some Febreze.
Like, did a cat die in here? Whatever.
That is a good point. That makes me feel like it's
all AI.
That's a good point. That makes me feel like it's real, because yeah, he saw his friend's body pushed behind the couch. If he did that, it seems like his parents would have noticed, rather than his friend's body being in the mirror this whole time.
You mean like the alternate reality couch?
Yeah.
And that's why the parents didn't know. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like the guy was holding his friend's body in the mirror side.
So what's up with the friend's old house?
I have no idea. I
Okay.
mean, again, it just seems like there's unexplained weird things about the town, which again makes me think like there's a cult. Maybe this is like a demon that they summoned, and what if like this house is
That's
like their
true.
sacrifices?
I
They
keep
like
forgetting.
sell this house to new people, and the demon, they sacrifice it to them to the demon or something.
He goes, they go, where do you live, son? The cops. He goes, I live at 586. And they go, you mean 685?
Stop with that. That's not a funny bit. That's really dumb.
Like it's all reversed. Get it? Like a mirror.
Yeah. No, I got it. I got it. I
Okay.
really got it.
Go ahead.
Oh, I mean, he didn't even call the police. It just says when the police arrived.
Well, that's
Well,
no, they're
like a
asking him.
child.
They're asking him. Oh yeah. Someone across the street is just watching a guy screaming and punch through every window.
I mean, I'm sure people heard that, like all the everything shattering and the dude screaming.
Have you ever broken a window before? Like a
I
modern
don't think
window?
so.
Sounds
I
like
don't think so.
it sounds like a gunshot going off.
Yeah, it's because it's tempered glass.
Well, they're vacuum sealed.
Yeah, that's why the whole thing doesn't shatter.
Yeah, well, they're vacuum sealed for insulation purposes. So when it breaks, the vacuum breaks, and it's just super
Wow,
crazy
that's
loud.
great.
Thank you.
It didn't even say he was breaking the window. It said he was breaking the mirrors. So you sound really dumb right now.
It said he
Really
broke.
dumb right
It
now.
said anything with a reflection was the target. Is what he said.
No, it didn't.
Okay.
They found my parents' room. They found their bodies. They found Mike's body shoved behind the couch in the living room. So yeah, it's like it was holding on to its body, and then it threw it back in the real world so that the police would find it.
It's just,
They found my fingerprints all over my parents' room. They found blood trails that led from the bedroom through the hall, and broken mirrors and shards scattered everywhere, like I had destroyed the house in a fit of rage. They grabbed me. I told them, the mirror took them! The mirror took them! The mirror took them!
Why would you say that?
Obviously he's lost it. What do you mean? Obviously he's lost it.
You'd be like, the evil me did it. And they would be like, oh, that explains it.
Saying the evil me did it instead of the mirror took them, that's way saner.
He was in a robe and his teeth were all weird, and
All right.
that's
I
what he
told
says.
The mirror
the-
took them. Yeah,
It's
that's
like
great.
porn.
I told the mirror it took them. They looked at me like I was an animal. I tried to tell them about my friend who vanished. They told me they found the body in the living room, shoved behind the couch, right where I left it. I tried to tell them about the man in the mirror. I tried to tell them about the mirrored house and the red light and watching my parents die from behind glass. The more I spoke, the more their faces hardened into certainty. They put me in handcuffs. The town watched as I was let out. The people just watched. No one looked surprised. You did this, I thought, in my head. In my head, I screamed, they did this. Somehow they did it. It was them. but all that came out was guttural cries and animalistic screams. At the trial, they called it a triple homicide. They suggested I was unstable, mentally unfit, and dangerous, that I was stressed by moving, angry at my parents, that I had an improper mixture of chemicals in my brain. I don't know. I was left in a haze throughout the whole process. They said I snapped. They showed pictures of the crime scene that should have made people cry, and that did make me vomit again into a courtroom trash can. They told the jury my fingerprints were everywhere. They told them my parents' blood was on my clothes. They told them I destroyed the mirrors because I was trying to hide something. They asked me about my friend and why I'd killed them too. People like stories that make sense. The jury liked the story where I was a monster more than the story where a monster lived in the mirrors. I said nothing. I was convicted. After that, time didn't feel real anymore. Prison doesn't have days the way the outside world does. It has lights that turn off and on, meals that arrive, and hours that stretch like rubber. I stopped talking about mirrors. What? What was that? What was that?
AI.
What was that?
I don't know.
What was that? Does that sound like AI? Oh, like the hours stretch like rubber?
Yeah.
AI is ruining everything, because I've heard so many stories of people like, yeah, my professor failed me because I'm smart enough to use M dashes in my papers.
Yeah,
I'd be so pissed if they're like, this is AI. I'm like, no, it's not.
There's no, I mean, like, honestly, this might not have been written by AI. There's no way to know anymore.
I know. I could see it like being partially written, or like being written by AI and then someone go over and edit it.
Yeah,
that would be the smart thing to do, if anything.
That's what I would do if I ever wrote an AI story.
Wink, wink.
Huh?
I stopped talking about mirrors, not because I stopped believing, because I started noticing something else. Sometimes in the polished metal of a sink, sometimes in the dark screen of a turned-off TV, sometimes in the tiny reflection on a guard's badge. I would see it. A hooded shape, a smile, a million eyes always watching.
Why am...
What?
Keep going.
What?
No. Keep reading.
What? You got some commenting to say on this commentary podcast? Joe?
No, I've commented too much. Keep going.
I think you need to have tape over your mouth.
I don't appreciate that.
Next episode, I'm just gonna have you muted the whole time, and it's just gonna be me. Next episode, just me, just Flesh Valley, whole episode, no Pentagoon. This is gonna be a one-man show from now.
That sounds fun. It's a one-man troupe.
I'm finally writing this now because I don't know if I have much time left to be myself, and I need this out. I need this out of me before it's trapped forever. You see, they never really got all the glass. They never do. Even in House 586, even after the police and the cleaners and the renovations, there was one shard left somewhere. A sliver hidden under a baseboard, or lodged behind a vent, or buried in a crack in the flooring. Something just big enough to show a reflection. Something just big enough for a mouth to appear in the darkness. I know it. I can feel it. I've been there. I have a connection now. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. So if you're reading this in a house with too many mirrors, or if you just moved somewhere new and things don't feel quite right, where the locals stare and don't smile with their eyes, where Mirror Lake Road exists, do yourself a favor. Stop reading. Go cover your mirrors before it hooks you. And if you ever look into one and think you see someone behind you, do not turn around right away, because sometimes the thing you see is not behind you. Sometimes it is waiting for you to blink. Sometimes it is learning your face. And sometimes it is already smiling, because it knows exactly how long your batch is going to last. My therapist can go to hell. I didn't do it. 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 End of part 2.
Those last 6 paragraphs are the best part of the whole story.
Really? Like the stuff like in the trial?
No. Like, I'm finally writing this now because I know I don't... Everything after that was pretty good.
Oh.
Like, he's like, even somewhere in the house, there's a shard left. Like, that, I liked all that. That was good.
Yeah, yeah. He's like, I have a connection now. I know it.
I don't, something about those last 6, I was like, this is written really. I feel like he wrote this and then wanted the rest of the story to be written. Because this is like,
Possibly.
I really like that ending for some reason. But
Well, I think it sets up like just enough like world building. Like it's like maybe he's not crazy, or if he, if it is real, if there is supernatural shit going on, it's like
this
I
has
don't know.
16 likes and no comments.
Yeah, it has 18,000 views. The
Wow.
first one, I think the first part was it has 50 upvotes
Where do
and
you see
6
the
comments.
Where do you see the views?
11,000 views. It's right under the upvotes. Wow, the first part has 11,000 views, and the second part is 18,000 views.
I
That's
don't
weird.
I don't have that. I can't see that.
Really? That's weird. It also huh. That's
Huh.
weird.
That is weird. I only see these 16
Wow.
upvotes.
Anyways, the first part has 50 upvotes, so that's pretty impressive.
I mean, the whole concept is
going on.
The whole concept was pretty interesting. A couple threads like just like why didn't his friend's family like I don't know. And then
Yeah, well, again, the whole thing with the town, like all the people, was like
True.
completely unexplained. There's just weird stuff. It's almost like Mike was a part of that.
it
don't know.
honestly, I really liked the whole concept. I really did. I just think
Could be better
wow,
written.
it was so padded. It could have been
Yeah.
half its size. Half the
It-
size would have been twice the story. It was really good though.
I think there is something to be said, like, I don't know, it almost feels like it needed setup. Otherwise, it would have just been like, the thing is here. I saw a thing. I saw a thing. I saw a thing, and it would just kind of feel get repetitive almost.
Well,
I don't know.
I felt like there's a lot of filler because I just felt like there was a lot of like stuff about his parents that didn't
the whole thing about
explain anything.
like his parents getting distant. There's a part of me at first I was like, oh, he's acting weird, so they're growing distant. But then before he was saying like he didn't understand their behavior. So there's a part of me that was like, maybe his parents are starting to act a little weird, you know?
Who knows?
And well, it's kind of because he was having weird experiences at school, like with the other kids asking him stuff. So maybe his parents and stuff were also having weird experiences with other adults. So
I'm trying.
I feel like if there was more story about the town and that weirdness, it could have been cooler.
We should tell him that he plays a lot of Arc Raiders.
Really? Why? Why are you looking at his profile?
He specifically comments on Arc Raiders. He has a lot of comments on Arc Raiders. And he has comments on homemade trading card games.
That's crazy.
Interesting. And tabletop games. That's what he's into.
That is really crazy.
I like the story a lot. The concept is good. Just too much. Yeah. It's just a little too long, but it was good. I liked it.
Yeah, I feel like it's like a cool world. Like more could be done with it.
Yeah, if it literally like just trim it down, it would be pretty good, I think.
Yeah. I don't know. 50 people thought otherwise out of 11,000.
Wow. I don't know. It's hard to hook people. Wait. This was created in 20. Oh, No Sleep was made in 2010. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I sound dumb.
Part 1 says 4 days ago.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Another story?
Well, maybe. We've been recording for 2 hours, though. You had a lot to say about that story. I mean, that was a pretty long read. I mean,
I got a quick little story.
That's gonna do it for this episode. That's gonna do it for this episode of Ghoul Gab. Thank you.
What?
For watching.
What do you mean?
It definitely doesn't sound forced at all.